All right, what's up guys? My name is Shiv and I'm here at Alpha Fit Gym on Gong Road, and I'll be taking you through some of the motions of an easy beginner workout from the warm-up up to an intense beginner workout. And yeah, hope you enjoy it and hope you try it. Yeah? All right, so first and foremost, I'll just take you guys through a warm-up. So basically the warm-up is just, to get blood in your system, get blood flowing through your muscles. So usually I'd go on a rower or on a bike or even on a treadmill just to get your heart rate up real quick. Yeah, for not too long. You can even do it for around 2 minutes and then move on to more dynamic stretches. All right, that was quick, 1 minute. And now just on to other movements that will kind of warm up the rest of your upper body. As you can see, my heart rate is already up. So yeah. So now I just move on to something that will open up my shoulders, my chest, my back, my spine. Basically, you're just trying to get your joints warm, your muscles warm, your tendons warm, and to avoid as much injury as possible with dynamic stretches. Just get your body moving in preparation for the workout that you're about to go and do. Yeah. Yeah. So that's a kind of quick workout where, I obviously not, in depth, but I feel like I've touched on some of the basics. So that was a full body workout. I mixed a bit of everything. Pull-ups that help you, with your arms, your forearms, your biceps, your back development. Went down into push-ups, which is good developer for your chest, for your shoulders, for your triceps. It's a nice push movement. Then we went to squats after that, which is legs, which is your foundation, your biggest muscle, which is usually your strongest muscle. So yeah, it's a full body workout, nice and intense. And something like that can be scaled up depending on where you are in your journey, whether you're a beginner, whether you're an expert. You can do something like that at the beginning of a workout, change it up, do other workouts. But for me, I'll do that, then now I'll go in and put a second part of this workout with now more weights. And a bit slower, but more explosive with the weights. This was very quick and intense, but still without the weights. So you can work with weights or without weights, depending on your goal and where you are in your journey.
Did you see what I saw? Was your jaw to the floor? I mean, our guest today is the guy you want to talk to when it comes to fitness and lifestyle, and I guess deadlifts and bench press and squats and all the lingo that he's going to teach us today. We're talking about lifestyle and health and nutrition and fitness. And you're watching Living with S. I'm Sharon Mundia. And before we get into the topic, which I'm sure you're excited about, I would love for you guys to follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Pretty certain your phone is next to you right now, so you might as well just search for us and follow us and let us know what you'd love to see on the show. We're also giving away not 1, not 2, but 3 packages to you guys just to say thank you and to honor the fact that you're spending the 1 hour with us. So we will be announcing that on tomorrow's show. So you have to come back tomorrow if you want to know if you won. But for now, lifestyle, weight, diet, the one thing that we set as a goal at the beginning of the year, and by February we're like, diet? Sorry, what is that? What is a diet? What is a nutritional goal? If you knew the number of times that I've set them and it just went out the window, it's crazy. But today we have Shiv Simani, who is 29 years old. He's a lifestyle and fitness coach, but you may know him from a photo shoot that he recently did with his lady.
The number of photo shoots we've done.
But I love the one that you, but the one that when you were, when she was carrying you and you did you were carrying her. She wasn't carrying you. She tried to carry you.
She'd have
but
to be super strong.
Yeah, you were carrying her and she was lying on you as well. And then you had your baby
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I think
That's
was a
it was-
throwback from last year.
Oh, throwbacks. That's what's
Yeah.
confusing me. But I thought it was a recent one, but it's stunning.
Yeah.
I love what you've done with your social media handle. But before we
Thank
even
you.
get into social media, how much do you push? How much do you I'm asking for those guys who are watching and they're like, we want the specifics
We
now.
want
What
the
is this
numbers.
man about? Yeah.
So I'm not really big on, cramming the numbers, but
He's not big on cramming that. I bet he knows them off head. Go on.
Yeah, I'd squat 140, I'd deadlift around 240, and I'd bench press around 120, 130, which is, it's fine. It's nothing, wow, too impressive, but
okay. You're being very humble. You're
Yeah,
being
it's okay.
very humble.
It's okay.
I can't I can't even squat with this mug in my hand. I'm just like, this is too much work. It's too
balance.
much. No, but you've done a great job with bringing more conversations around lifestyle and fitness and why
Yeah.
it's important for all of us
Yeah.
to take up these things into our lives and incorporate them into our daily lives. But how did you get into fitness? Is that something that you were always interested in?
Yeah, so ever since I could remember, I've basically been, whether it's in a football team in school or football team in the church or the swim team in high school, or, just always done something sport-wise, whether it's
Yeah.
running. And, once you went into university, did a course that, really, I wasn't too interested in, but I was like, fine, let me just do it. I went and worked for a year, and during that year, I was actually bodybuilding. And I enjoyed the bodybuilding a lot more than I enjoyed going to work. So I'd still bodybuild and I'd still train clients after work or before work. So it was, and I loved it. I loved
Yeah.
it more than I loved this other bit that I was doing.
Yeah.
So I felt that, there was a gap and there was an opportunity. So at the time, my former business partner was doing it full time. So we felt that there was a gap and we jumped ship and
Never looked back.
Yeah, never looked back.
Okay. And what you talked about, you were working. What were you doing?
Yeah, so I was actually in the hotel industry.
Ah.
That's guest relations.
That must have been
Yeah.
interesting. Like, welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome with, like,
Yeah,
biceps
and it's funny because like my boss at the time always used to complain because she's like, Shiv, you always need new shirts, you always need new uniform, because we used to have like uniform.
Oh, no.
So every like 2 months she's like, your uniform doesn't fit and everyone else's fits. So like everyone else will go for 6 months, and
Yeah.
after every 3 months I'm like, yo, I need new pants, I need new tops, I
Yeah.
need new shirts and everything. So
Okay.
yeah,
She must have been
yeah,
like, it's
she
too
did,
much,
like-
enough.
Yeah,
You've killed it.
yeah.
We get it. You're a
Yeah.
bodybuilding, training, lifestyle fitness coach.
Yeah, and always had to go back to get a meal in. Like, I'd be at the desk and I'm like, guys, I need 5 minutes to go and eat.
Yeah.
So like go eat and come back every like 3 hours.
That must
Yeah, it
have
was
also
crazy.
been just difficult balancing those two worlds.
Yeah.
But how did you know it was the right time for you to venture? And it wasn't just, a passion, but it was something that you felt was your calling.
I don't think there's ever the right time. It's just, you just have to try it. You just have to decide and go all in. There'd never be the right time. But I think around the time I decided to go completely into it is when my fiance Shiko was 2 months pregnant with my now daughter Shazi, So as soon as she told me that, something just clicked. I was like, okay, I don't think I want to raise Shazi in this environment where I'm working odd hours. I'm working, 10 p.m. to, I'm doing a night shift. I'm doing a crazy afternoon shift. I'm never home. So I felt like that's not what I wanted to do, and I wanted to raise her, and I really didn't enjoy it. So if she sees I don't enjoy doing this and I'm always stressed, and it's kind of what she'd grow up to believe is the norm, which shouldn't be the case.
Yeah.
So, do something I like to do, be able to spend time with them, and that would, resonate to her as the norm and what's supposed to happen.
Right, yeah, and that's beautiful. Quite often
Yeah.
we hear the women sharing their stories of how motherhood or parenting made them realize that there's certain shifts they needed to make certain changes. But
Yeah.
I'm glad that you're also sharing that
Yeah.
that was a wake-up call for you
Yes,
to change things
yeah.
up, to make certain difficult decisions. I'm sure it wasn't just like,
No,
gonna
it
do it.
wasn't.
It must have been difficult, but you did it, and now look at you
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Now, at what point did you actually start your fitness and lifestyle career? How many years ago was that?
As I'd say probably 3 years right now.
Okay.
3.5 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
And going strong?
Yeah, going strong, stronger. Yeah, I love my clients. Long list of people I've changed
Yeah.
and people I've helped, I've impacted, and that for me inspires me more than getting maybe abs or an extra vein somewhere. Seeing people change and the attitude towards working out and the whole lifestyle, that inspires me more to push harder and to provide for them more,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. It seems that it's bigger than just, say, the money that's in it or the fact that you, are obviously very fit. I'm being very kind. You're just very fit.
Yeah.
We can all tell you,
Yeah.
you've got it right.
Yeah.
But I love that it's a calling. It's something that you feel is about pushing your clients and having them change their lifestyle.
Yeah.
Now, I'd love to get into the training part. I know that you work with a lot of celebrities, but also, local guy and girl. I've seen you train with people like Sauti Soul, with Miss Mandy.
Yeah.
I just want to know when they're training so I can come in.
Yeah, you can come in anytime,
and train
man.
for my sessions. But what's the most challenging thing about working with a client? Someone who's new and is just like, look, I have a goal. What's the most challenging thing about that?
I'd say the most challenging bit of it usually is training the mindset, not even
Okay.
the body. Because yes, you're coming to me most of the time for a physical change, but as much as that's important is also your mental state. So I'm just trying to show you that, this is something that you're supposed to do for the rest of your life. Don't just come to me and say, I want this to happen in 30 days. I'll try and show you that, look, yes, this may happen in 30 days, but look at the long-term benefits of what you're currently coming to do.
Yeah.
Your mindset, just that never give up, be persistent, be consistent. And yeah, I'd say consistency is
It's
a problem.
the tough one. That's the
it's a
tough one when it
Yeah.
comes to working out. Because, day one, you're in it. Day two, you're feeling it.
Yeah.
Day three, you're like, I think I've seen an ab.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm
It's
out of this
usually-
place.
yeah.
So what are some of your tips when it comes to keeping your clients consistent?
I'd say I try to motivate them as much as I can, just show them what is possible. And also, to some point, I'd say week 3 for most beginners is just now you have to want it. You have to
Yeah.
know why you're there, and you also have to push yourself. As much as I can give you all the information, give you all the meal plans, all the workouts, be with you every second in the gym, you also have to put in the work for yourself. You also have to show up, first of all. And even if you don't want to, and you have to be there, you just have to be there. It's, you just have to show up.
Yeah.
And at some point, once you start to see the results, once you start to see the benefits, you want to do it even more because now you're hungry for those results.
Yeah. You mentioned week 3. Is there a reason why it's
Yeah,
week 3?
I don't know, but it tends to be week 3 of new clients is just the toughest week. I guess that's because you're so sore from the first week, it's a bit easy. I kind of assess where you are. Second week, we start to go hard. Third week, your body is just like, yo.
We've had it.
We've had it. We're
Time
done.
out.
And that's when you need to not stop and you need to come back and push harder.
You talked about meal plans. How important is nutrition to achieving your ultimate goal, your weight goal?
I'd say it's 100%, as working out is 100%. I'd say you have to give 100% in everything, whether it's your meal plans, whether it's your workout plans. And nutrition is a big bit of it because I bet you've heard the saying, you can't outwork a bad diet,
Oh, I've never heard that.
Oh, yeah.
But I
can.
guess we live and learn. You
Yeah.
can't outwork a bad diet.
Yes. So if you're trying to lose weight, basically, basic principles, if you're trying to lose weight, you need to be on a caloric deficit. If you're trying to add weight, you need to be on a caloric surplus. So you can't try to lose weight and you're on a caloric surplus. So you're eating more than you're burning and you're trying to lose weight, doesn't work.
Yeah.
So you have to basically move more, work more, eat less, but less of good food.
Okay.
It'll benefit your body better in the long run. Yeah.
Yeah. And so which one has more of an impact? I know you said 100%, 100%, you have to give all.
Yeah.
But if I've got a weight goal, which has the most impact? Is it fitness or is it nutrition and diet?
It's both, to be honest.
Really?
Because, okay, you can lose weight, if let's say it's a weight loss goal, yeah?
Okay.
And you're trying to lose weight. Yes, you can lose weight if you just start to eat properly, but it also depends on where you are in your journey and how much weight you have available to lose. If you're already quite small and you're trying to lose, more weight, I mean, now it means you're starving yourself. And now that's unhealthy.
Okay.
And that may have other effects that are not proper to the body,
Yeah.
and you may get sick.
Okay.
So I'd say this, it's more of fat loss. Don't look at it as weight loss. Because weight loss is, are you just losing water weight? Are you losing fat? Are you losing muscle?
Yeah.
That's all weight. Or are you trying to lose fat? So I'd like to look at it as fat loss. You're just trying to lose fat,
Okay.
but you're trying to get stronger, healthier, fitter, faster, and by building muscle and endurance and cardiovascular
Okay.
endurance and stamina.
Yeah.
So that's how I'd prefer to look at it as weight loss.
Okay.
Look at it as fat loss and muscle
Okay.
growth.
What if you're adding? So is that fat gain?
Yeah,
If you're trying to add weight?
Yeah, even if you're trying to add weight, you're still adding muscle.
Yeah.
But because you're on a surplus, naturally you will add a bit of fat, but it won't. It'll distribute in a different way around the body
Okay.
than it will if you're just not doing anything,
Okay.
if you're just sedentary.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, say for instance, I've come to you and
Yeah.
asked you to be my lifestyle and fitness trainer
Yeah.
and coach. Take me through the steps.
Okay.
That you take a client.
All right. So you come to me, and first I'd hear your story. I want to hear your story, where you've come from, and what you're trying to achieve, and where you're trying to go. And then if it's something I can help you out with, then yes, I'll take you on. I'll take your measurements, from your body fat to your inches to your weight, and I'll get your food preferences. And from that, now I will create your meal plan, and I'll send that to you to have a look at. And then after that, then I will organize days for the month when we'll be meeting and a time. And I will see you in the gym
Okay.
and assess
Where
you
it's-
on the first day.
back to work.
First 2 days or week is more or less just seeing what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, what you enjoy doing, your attitude, which is also something I really like to see from day one, because that's also a big part in
Yeah.
your journey, your attitude
Right.
towards what you're trying to do.
Yeah. Okay. When we have to take a quick break, but when we
Okay.
come back, I want to ask about supplements because
Yeah.
there's some mixed reactions about supplements and sometimes even the weight loss pills and all of that. But we have to take a quick break, and we'll be back in a moment. Welcome back. You are watching Living with Us, and we're talking about fitness and nutrition, that thing that we like to avoid and say we'll figure out later, but it's always haunting us and we know we need to focus on. And our guest today is Shiv Simani, and he was sharing with us some tips on how you take your clients through the process of when they come to you, you know, as their fitness and lifestyle coach. You were breaking it down for us. But now, before we get into the next topic, which is supplements, and I really want to understand that a little bit better, I wanted to share a quick fact with you. Stretching before a workout is wrong for your muscles. Is that real? I thought, all my life I was told, stretch, we're about to play sports, stretch, come on, yeah.
So look at it this way. It depends. It's dynamic stretches and the static stretches. So is it like a static stretch where, you're just stretching and staying in one position? And yes, I'd say don't do that before a workout because your muscle isn't warm. And you're trying to stretch something when it's cold. So, you can maybe twitch something or tear something.
Yeah.
It's easier to get injured while stretching when you're cold. So do more dynamic stretches. That means warm up into it. Just high knees or, a jog first of all. and just with movement.
Yeah.
As long as there's movement in your stretches, and I feel like I need to demonstrate, but
no,
yeah.
look, no, if you want to demonstrate, you can.
No,
I'll join you.
yeah,
I think.
it's this
I don't know if
small-
we're ready for that.
Yeah, there's this small movement in your warm-up as opposed to just being static on the spot, yeah, which doesn't really benefit you. You need to at least get your blood flowing in your muscles
Okay.
and move and warm up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So now on to the supplements
Yeah.
topic. First of all, maybe you should differentiate between, for us, if you don't
Yeah.
mind, between supplements and the weight loss pills, because I think some people mix up the two.
Yeah. So basically, when you say supplements, it's just something to supplement your diet. So first of all, I wouldn't put anyone on a supplement unless they can't get it in their diet, in their daily. And by diet, I just mean what you eat in the day, your meal plan.
Okay.
So first of all, I'd urge you to eat according to a meal plan that I'd provide you, which is supposed to be sustainable and works for you, because everyone is different. Not everyone eats the same things, and not everyone enjoys the same kind of food.
Yeah.
So a supplement would come in if, now it depends on your lifestyle. If it's really busy and you're not able to get in, let's say, one of your meals because of your work schedule.
Okay. And just to
So-
be clear, a supplement, for example, is...
So a supplement, for example, would be a protein shake. Let's say
Okay.
a whey protein shake, or a BCAA, that's branched chain amino acids, or
Hit us up with those tough words. It's okay.
or
We'll
creatine,
memorize.
and yeah. For now, I just say a protein shake.
Okay.
A protein shake. That's basically how I'd break it down. A protein shake is a meal replacement. It may be a meal replacement. So what you get from drinking a glass of that is like eating a quarter chicken and a small piece of sweet potato and
Okay.
a bit of kale. So you're getting that from a shake instead of getting it from your food.
Okay.
So that's what I'd say. You're supplementing it because you're not able to get in this meal at a certain time, or you need more than you're able to eat. So you supplement it and get in more protein, for
I see.
example.
Okay. And how
Yeah.
different is that from the pills
The
or the
pills.
teas, the weight loss teas that we hear about?
Yeah, I didn't even mention those under supplements because I think all those are just a waste of time and money.
Okay.
And yeah, if you have any of those, which is the camera, throw them out.
Camera, I think, is right there.
Throw them out.
Okay.
It doesn't work like that. You just don't eat a pill and lose fat. It doesn't work like that. You don't drink a tea and lose fat.
And yet there's such a huge market.
Yeah.
But I think that's, the problem with some of us, and I know I'm guilty too, but we want it like this.
Yeah.
I want this waist
Yeah.
and this,
Yeah.
body, and I'm like, there's a pill that promises that.
Yeah.
I'm going to take it.
Yeah, and that's what marketers would do because
Yeah.
they know everyone wants the quickest fix. And if they say this pill can do it, then everyone would go for this pill or this tea. But that's not the case.
Okay.
It's simple. Just eat according to your plan. Eat less, move more.
Eat less, move more.
Eat less of good whole foods
Yeah.
and move more.
Okay.
That's the basic,
It's a
and
waste
it
of-
works all the time.
Okay.
Assured.
Okay. And why do you feel so strongly about it being a waste of money?
Because first of all, you don't really know what you're putting in your body. Let's start there. What's this weight loss pill doing that is helping you lose weight or not helping you lose weight? And usually they'll always also say, exercise and take this pill. So you're still exercising. So try exercise and not take the pill. You'll still get the same results.
Okay.
So what exactly is this pill? What does it contain? If it's not really helping you do anything,
Yeah.
They'd say, it contains all these kind of ingredients that help burn fat or block the fat receptors in your body, blah, blah, blah. But nah, it's just go natural.
Natural.
Go whole foods.
Eat right.
Yeah.
Work out.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes life can get the best of us. We're juggling so much. We're at work. Every Kenyan has a side hustle that they're doing because we're all trying to make this money.
Yeah.
We have children, grandchildren. We have things in the evening, things on the weekend.
Yeah.
How do you advise someone who seems to have no time to work out to schedule it in to their lifestyle, or is there something they can do to substitute it?
there's no substitute for exercise. You just have to exercise. For eating right, you just have to eat right. Um, what I'd say is there is time. I believe that there is time. I believe if the busiest president in the world is able to get a workout in, then you are able to get a workout in. If you wake up at 6 a.m. and start your day at 6 a.m., why not start your day at 5:30 and use that 5:35 to 6 to work out?
Yeah.
Because you're not being asked to work out for 2 hours a day. All we're asking is you just get moving and get your blood flowing and get your heart rate up at least for 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. That'll go a long way as opposed to just saying, I have no time. You know, when you get home immediately, what's the first thing you do? Is it sit down and chill for like half an hour on your phone? Or do you put your phone away, you know, get your joggers on, run, come back, and now, you know, you've spent the
Right.
same 30 minutes, but in a different way. There's always that time. If you have your kids, you can join, I mean, bring them in. It's a good way to introduce them to the lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know, introduce them, work out with them, carry them, you know, on your back and go for a walk or push the stroller. Include them in your activities, which will help you to bond and also you to get your workout in and you to introduce them to your workout.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be, I'm trying to be a bodybuilder or something. It's just get fit, get healthy, get stronger,
Get moving.
get moving.
Yeah, and I like that you just laid it to us. There's no excuses.
Yeah.
Everyone who was watching who was like, I am a mother, I am
Yeah.
a working woman, I have a side hustle, I have
Yeah.
a husband, there's no excuses. You
Yeah.
can take time out.
I have all those too.
Yeah, and you have all those too, and you still work out.
It's how
So now, you talked about including your children.
yeah.
How early should you try and get children active and moving? Because I know that there's some, it can sometimes be a sensitive topic for some parents. Because maybe you just have, you know, a teenager, a young person who's a little overweight based on the BMI, and you don't know whether you should, you know, be like, to the gym,
Yeah.
go outside. No, you can't eat that. This is what you need to do. So how early should you start it, and how should you handle overweight children?
I'd say for everyone, first of all, there's no one's the same. So no child is the same the
Yeah.
same way, no adult is the same. Everyone's different. And if you have been living a certain lifestyle, it's really hard to just come home one day and say, you know, enough of this, know this, know this, know this, know this. Break them into it slowly, the same way you'll break yourself into it. I'd also never ask you, as my client, you know, if you've been taking 3 teaspoons of sugar in your coffee, in your 3 coffees a day, I'd never ask you to, you know, stop sugar altogether. I'd tell you, you know, this month, take 2 instead of 3. The next month, I'd be like, take 2.5, or 1.5 instead of, you know. Then eventually, I'd be like, all you need is probably just 1 teaspoon of sugar. Sugar is not the devil, by the way. It's not bad.
Wait,
You know,
what?
Sugar is not bad. Sugar is okay. It's just how much sugar you take.
Really?
You know.
I thought sugar is the equivalent of literally the devil, like you
No,
said. In like every article, they're saying, take out sugar. No,
you don't
more
need
sugar.
to take out sugar. The same way you can eat your fries, you can eat pizza and lose weight. It's all about portions and controlling that.
You should sort of pace them the
Yeah,
same way you
so
pace yourself.
pace them and introduce them to as much as you can, whether, you know, it's, you know, you want them to go into music or you want them to come into sports. Let me just speak for sports and fitness. For example, I take my daughter to the gym with me at least every week. She has to go to the gym at least once or twice a week. Okay, doesn't have to.
Yeah.
But, you know, if I'm spending time with her and I'm going to the gym, I'd be like, yo, you know, let's go to the gym. To the point where she now asks me to come to the gym. She's always like, you know, Papa, I want to go to the gym. Let's go to the gym now. You know, let's go.
Does she work out?
She just plays. And that's the thing. You don't have to take them to, if they're really young, to work out. You're just taking them to be in the environment.
Yeah.
You know, I know, you're a product of your environment. So, yes, they'll just familiarize. She'll probably do a squat or 2 with me, or do a push-up or run around the gym.
I would love to see that. I would love to see that. That's so precious. How old is she?
She turns 3 in a month.
Okay.
Yeah, so yes, she'll do that, but she'll still go, you know, she'll sit in the middle of the gym or somewhere in a creche and just color or play with other kids, other parents who've brought their kids to the gym. So yeah, having a gym also that has a crèche is really good. It's a really cool idea.
Oh, those are fancy gyms.
Yeah, that's a cool gym.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gym with a crash. Okay, I
Yeah,
see
you know, where they can color and just
Yeah.
play and stuff. But if they're a bit older, just I'd say first explain to them the benefits and also be an example to them, because it's hard to ask them to do something if you feel like, you know, they're heading overweight and you're not really doing anything. They're like, why should I do it when you're not doing it? So are you being an example? Are you, you know, they want to do what you're doing. So be an example.
Okay.
And I think they'll follow.
Yeah, and it's possible. Just baby steps, introduce them
Yeah.
when they're young, have them play. I like that. Now, when it comes to our weight goals, whether it's adding weight or losing weight, I think sometimes we can be a little unrealistic on the time frames.
Yeah.
And we can be like, okay, I need like 4 abs in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
Yeah.
But that's not how life works. That's not how the gym works or your body. So what are some of the realistic timelines that we should be working with?
It always it depends on where you're starting from. You know, are you, I'd say according to, you know, the numbers and the stats and what the norm, are you, you know, do you have 40% body fat or do you have 20% body fat? And, you know, how much are you trying to lose? Where are you starting from? Let's start there. You know, are you obese or are you small? Are you, did you work out before or is it your first time working out? So the body will react differently depending on different variables. And also genetically, not everyone responds the same. There are quick responders, there are mid responders, and they're really slow responders.
And that's genetics.
And that's,
you wonder, like, how come this chick has been in the gym 2 days and she's lost like 5 kilos and someone else takes their time. So genetics plays a role.
Genetics plays a role. Are you male or female also plays a role. Your hormones play a role, especially for ladies. It's not an excuse, but it does play a role. Also, how are you actually following your meal plan? So you see, there's very many factors. It's not always, yes, I know this will work for you. In a month, you look like this. You could start with someone else and they are lifting 10 kgs than you are, and you've both started for the first time ever in your life. So also strength genetics are different. Some people are just get stronger faster than other people. And others grow muscle faster than other people. Others lose weight faster than other people. It's a bit of everything.
Okay. Now, earlier you were talking about your, you know, one's conviction and how consistent they are, which I know that often has to do with the mind and whether you are really focused and determined. And so I guess I was wondering how connected is mental health or just literally, really, I guess, mental health to physical fitness and maybe even your relationship with food. How are they connected, and if so?
Okay. So relationship with food, most of the time when people eat, okay, I'd ask you to, when you're eating, why are you eating? I'm at the point where I eat mainly for function. And I feel like, yes, I eat for function, but emotions also play a role. So are you eating for functions? Are you eating...
What do you mean eating for functions?
Basically, how I look at food is, you know, I look at food and I'm like, okay, that's protein, carbs, Nini. I've just worked out, so I need protein, I need carbs, I need starchy carbs instead of these other carbs. I go into detail about my food. I track everything, I count everything.
I'm going to be honest, that feels a little boring. Like I'm there, and it's like eating for function, and there's a good piece of choma on the fire, or chicken.
You know, and that's the thing. It's just first to understand foods and what they give you. So, you know, protein, my main protein sources is maybe the meat. Main carb sources, there's 2 carbs, there's complex and there's starchy, and your fats and vitamins. So once you understand what where the foods you usually eat fall into that, now you're like, okay, now do I eat because I'm sad? Do I eat more when I'm sad? Or do I eat more when I'm happy? Or do I eat more when I'm stressed? Or do I eat less when I'm stressed? Do I eat less, you know, when I'm sad? Because that's also something you need to take note of.
Pay mental,
you know, if you've
mental
just,
attention.
So that now equates to, okay, so you're feeling like this, so your reaction is, I just want to stay in the house and trips to the fridge.
Yeah.
You know, so that's your mind telling you,
Right. Okay.
a way of dealing with the emotion.
Yeah.
And that's,
I
it's
hear
a big
you,
factor.
and I think we've all been prey to that, not knowing how to deal with it. But we have to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll continue with the conversation on diet and fitness. Welcome back. Before the break, we were talking with Shiv Simani about mental health and how it affects diet and nutrition. Our topic for today actually is about diet and nutrition in general. And you were touching on something that I thought was quite important. Is there... Actually, do you want to just continue? Take us from there?
Yeah, I was talking about the eating habits and patterns, eating for emotion and what times of day you like to eat and why do you eat more at this time, and, control, just take note of that and the patterns. And also, depending on how you're feeling, does working out make you feel better or make you feel worse? Usually it makes people feel better after. How do you deal with stress or heartache or happiness? Do you bottle it in, or do you literally bottle it?
Right, yeah.
When you're stressed, do you head to the bar, or do you down a whole bottle of something, or do you head to the gym and try and release that emotion? So you need a release, and I think exercise tends to be
a great release. And in fact, doesn't it release these hormones or something that just make you endorphins that make you feel happier? But actually, if you guys have any comments on how your food journey has been and what your relationship with food is, then feel free to hit us up on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, just in case you forgot. So follow us. That's Living with S. And now, you talked about diet and nutrition not having to be this big, great, ugly thing that we all have to go on. And that, you know what, you can have fun with food and have whatever you want, but just in proportions. But then there's some people who are very strict and therefore have cheat days. How do you feel about cheat days?
It's fine. If that's what works for you, then move with that. But I don't think it's very necessary to have a cheat day, because what would tend to happen on a cheat day is now you'd go way overboard, because the whole week you've been craving something and you really want that ice cream so bad that when the day comes, you're
you have
down
10 ice creams.
You have a 1 liter tub or a 2 liter tub of ice cream. So why not have 150 ml of ice cream every day and fit it into the rest of your eating habits of the day, of your meals of the day, and not want to binge on it during the weekend or something. So it's all about just taking small portions and fitting it within your macros. By macros, I mean your macronutrient goal of the day. So look at your meal plan, look at your daily calories as a budget. So you have 2,000 calories for the day. That's your budget.
Is that the... there's budgets in diets?
No, look at it like that.
Oh gosh, that word again. Earlier this week we were talking about budgets, and now you're bringing that word in. Okay, budget.
So if you have 2,000 calories, out of those 2,000 calories, you have, 100 grams of protein, 200 grams of carbs, and 50 grams of fat. So that's what you have for each day, every day. So you can eat within those numbers. So within those numbers, it's up to you to pick what you want to eat and kind of try and fit it in, and as long as it aligns with the goal.
Right. So do you have to be that involved with the numbers? What if I have no idea what 50 calories of greens look like?
Then that's fine, because now that's where I come in. I do your meal plan for you, so you don't need to worry about all that. You just need to eat according to what I've given you, the numbers I've given you. So just wait. So weigh and measure. And people usually think that's very hard to do. It's actually not. So instead of putting your plate on the counter, put the weighing scale on the counter and your plate on the weighing scale. That's all it takes. Instead of using a serving spoon, use a serving cup, half a cup or something. That's all it takes to just eat within
to measure.
Okay.
Now, in the past, say 1 year or so, I've had the chance to speak to a number of doctors on a couple of projects that I was working on. And one of the things that often came up is how diet and lifestyle play a huge role in curbing a lot of the diseases that we see commonly around us, whether that's heart disease, cancer, high cholesterol, high blood, whatever the case. It seems like diet and lifestyle plays a huge role.
Yeah.
Are there certain exercises or maybe nutritional choices that we can do to try and curb certain problems? Are there some that are attached to different diseases?
Not really attached, like this certain exercise and diet would prevent you from getting this.
Okay.
It's more holistic, and in general, cardiovascular, just get your heart rate up, get stronger, get fitter, eat right, eat more whole foods.
What do you mean by whole foods?
By whole foods, I mean try not to go for processed foods. Anything in a can, anything in, in a can basically, or processed, like, that's not natural.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for your, like, it's a caveman diet basically is the easiest way to do it.
What's a caveman diet?
What did a caveman eat? He'd eat meat, he'd eat seeds, he'd eat something from the ground. That's very simple to follow.
Okay.
Nothing's been processed. If a caveman would eat it, think about it. Would a caveman eat, those canned beans on the shelf? You're like, no.
Where would they get it? There are no canned,
yeah. Yeah, so he'd be like, okay, he'd go for the one that's already, yes, he'd go for the beans, but not canned, because the chemicals added. So just try eat basically whole foods.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've heard you speak a lot about now the nutrition part. Are there maybe exercises that are so simple?
Yeah.
Imagine you're talking to the laziest person who does not like the gym. Even the mere fact of the word gym gives them like the hives. They don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Is there something that we can all do that's simple, that you don't need to pay for? Because also gym memberships can be expensive.
Yeah.
And not everyone can afford a coach. So are there basic things that we could do to get us moving and prevent us from getting these diseases?
Yes. It's what that would be is something you enjoy doing, that you don't have to pay for. So do you enjoy running?
No.
Or do you enjoy going for long walks?
Okay.
Or hikes? Or do you enjoy swimming?
Okay.
Or do you, there's all that. And there's workouts you can do in the house that's for free, whether it's on YouTube, on Instagram, or my Instagram. You can check out workouts there.
Yeah.
So it depends. What do you enjoy doing? Not everyone will enjoy doing the same thing. Not everyone likes walking into the gym and lifting weights. Some people just enjoy running, which is very okay.
Yeah.
Unless now you're trying to specialize and become a bodybuilder, then you have to obviously be in a gym.
Yeah.
But you really don't have to be.
Do you enjoy being in the gym?
I love being in the gym.
So like the pain, you enjoy that, like stress, you actually enjoy it?
Yeah, it's, the more you do it, it's not as bad. And, it's kind of lasts for like an hour, maybe the next morning, and you're back to normal.
Every time I went to the gym, I'd be in pain for a month. What do you mean an hour?
Yeah, but you see now, the more you do it, the more your muscles and body adapts to that kind of stimuli. So it gets easier, it gets better, you get better and stronger. So you recover faster also.
I guess the more you do it, the better. But I like that you've given us other options too.
What do you enjoy doing?
Walking, swimming is a good one.
Yeah.
Running, if you're into it. And again,
Hiking.
like you said, social media is here to help us.
Yeah.
Actually, now speaking of social media, you have over 30,000 followers on your Instagram page. And you focus...
of views.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. But really, you've done really, really well for yourself, and you've built a following in just a few years. Talking about lifestyle and fitness, and let's be honest, the gym is a lot of work. It's not really exciting, like getting in there. So even the fact that you've built this community of like-minded people is amazing. But how has it impacted your business, your career? Social media?
Social media plays a huge role. I mean, first of all, social media is free. I mean, okay, free in the sense that you don't have to pay to get an Instagram page or YouTube page or Twitter. So it's up to me to decide how I want to share my story and my message. And at first it started off as, I'm just posting workouts and my journey basically.
Yeah.
And very many people came onto it, and I started to realize that I'm inspiring very many people, and I get messages every day, I'm inspiring me and stuff. And that made me realize that it's just more than just posting workouts. I'm actually helping change lives. So now, how do I spin that up and help them even more and benefit me? So it's free marketing. And yeah, if I'm able to give back and I get back, then that's fine. But for me, it's inspiration.
It's building
Yeah,
that
it's building that
community.
community, that just giving the knowledge, giving the information out there, and hoping that people will take it positively.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and what's been the biggest misconception about, say, you or even working out that you find coming up quite often in your business?
That quick fixes. That's a very common one, I'd say, for most people. Guys are looking for quick fixes, and come in, I have a wedding in 2 months, and I want to lose 12 kgs. And I'm like...
That's not possible?
No.
What do you mean it's not
unless, you go on maybe these shows where they go in the wild and you don't eat for days.
You suffer.
Then you're okay.
Okay.
Yes, you will. But
really?
yeah.
So what's, on average, how much weight can you expect to lose in a month?
Again, it depends on how much you have to lose.
Okay, true. But on average?
On average, you'd probably be losing a kg a month.
What?
Yeah.
Wait a sec.
Yeah.
1 kilo?
Yeah, 1 kilo, maybe 2 kilos. 3 if you're really big.
I think we can lose more. Are you serious?
Because this is the thing, it's not about losing the kilos. There's weighing scale may be different because you're still adding muscle, remember?
That's the thing, I've just realized,
and you're losing fat.
Okay.
And fat covers more volume on the body than muscle will. So yes, you'll be getting smaller, but your weight is fluctuating, and your weight will always fluctuate depending on your water weight of the day, your hormones, all that. But your weight will fluctuate. I'd say best way to measure your progress is through your measurements. Measure your waist, measure your bust, measure your arms, measure your thighs. How your clothes fit, and also how you feel, how strong you're getting.
Yeah.
Because that's also progress, and people forget that and only look at the weighing scale. In fact, just leave the weighing scale.
I'm obviously guilty because I was like 3 kilos only and I'm in the gym 5 days a week.
Yeah,
no, but
I
hear you because you're also adding and losing. And I liked that you talked about measuring the waist. Now, Instagram is great. We just talked about it. It's amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
But it also can sometimes give us a skewed perspective of what a female body or a male body could look like.
Yeah.
And some of these waists that, there are tiny waists and voluptuous bodies. And you know what? Good for you if that's what you look like. But it can sometimes be difficult to achieve for the common lady. How do you then go about advising your clients who come in and are like, you see this picture? This is what I want.
Yeah.
Make me this.
Yeah. So first I'd say is don't believe everything you see on the internet.
Okay.
Because a high number of them are already modified surgically. So that's a thing. It's very many of them, very, very many. Get, fat transfers from their waist to their hips and to their backside and from their arms. So you'd find that, yes, she looks as fit, like the fittest lady ever, but she's weak, she's not really healthy. It's just for aesthetics, but not really any function or any health benefits.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then I tell you, focus on you. Work with your body. This is what you have. This is who you are. First of all, do you even love who you are? If you don't, what do you want to change about yourself? And you need to first appreciate where you are, and then appreciate where you're trying to go, and appreciate every single milestone or step or achievement that you get. And I think that's the best way to do it,
Do you love who you are? I love that you said that, because sometimes we forget, and we're so obsessed and caught up in, I need to look like this lady I've just seen, or this guy. That's how I attract the likes or the girls or the guys. But there's no self-love. And if you don't have that, even your goals, whether it's to lose weight, to add weight, it goes out the window. But it's about strength, building strength.
And self-love. And that shows in the end, you can't really lie to yourself at the end of it. And that energy will show if you don't really love yourself, but, you're trying to pretend and you're trying to get all this. But it's all about self-love.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
okay,
love
now,
yourself first.
going back to the gym.
Yeah.
Now, I know that it can get a little dangerous sometimes. I saw you trying to lift those. You were squatting 140 kilos. I saw the
Yeah.
veins. I saw the tension in your
Yeah.
arms. I saw it on your Instagram page.
Yeah.
Now I know injuries can sometimes happen. Are there things that we can do to prevent that from happening?
Yes. Eat right, eat enough. Yeah.
Really?
Like, don't just work out and you're starving yourself. How
So-
do you recover without the food? Food is what helps you recover. So gym is only, you're in the gym, what, an hour. But for the 23 hours of the day, you need to be eating and you need to be sleeping. You need to get your sleep because that's when you build your body, when you're sleeping and through what you eat. That's
Okay.
your fuel. That's like, you know, putting
Yeah.
diesel in an F1 race car, which doesn't work. That's how you look at
Yeah.
it, you know. You can't be going to the gym and sweating and doing all this, then you come back and your diet is not there.
Yeah.
So you need to eat right, you need to get rest, you need to even just take rest days, you need to go for physiotherapy if, you know, there's underlying problems that need to be
Okay.
checked out. And yeah, listen
So there
to your
needs to be an
body.
awareness of
Yeah.
the body and
Yeah.
also sleep. I like that you included
Yeah.
sleep.
So
that,
important.
Yeah, that made
Yeah.
me really happy. But also that you eat right so that you build the muscle back. Right?
Yes.
Okay. Are there any last words that you'd have for Kenyans that are still a little iffy about this whole lifestyle thing,
Yeah.
but you feel very passionately about?
Wow, where do we even start? Start something. Do something today that will help you in the future. Lifestyle diseases are a thing, and the age bracket of people getting diseases that you see when we're kids, you know, from 50, 60-year-olds, I'm getting 25, 30-year-olds coming to me with problems that shouldn't be happening. I mean, when you're still this young,
Yeah.
you know, so start moving, start eating right. Don't underestimate your health. Take your health seriously. Take it. It's everything. Health is wealth, basically.
Health is wealth.
Health is wealth.
We learned
you
that
can't
in
do
primary
anything.
school. Yeah.
You can't do any. Whether you have all the money in the world, if you're not healthy, you can't enjoy it. Think
Yeah.
about it. You just can't enjoy it. How will
Right.
you enjoy it and you can't do anything? You know,
Yeah.
you can't move. You can't. You're always in the hospital. You're always. So health is wealth. Work on yourself. It's, I think, the best gift you'll give to yourself, and you'll be able to give to others who you love and who you care for, because you're there for them. If you're not there for them, who's there for them?
Yeah.
If
It's
you're
all,
not
everyone's
healthy-
losing.
Yeah.
So just treat your body right. Self-love. It goes back to
Yes.
self-love, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it does.
Okay, thank you so much,
Thank you
Shiv.
for
You're
having
obviously very passionate about this, and I love that it comes from the core.
Yeah.
And it's not just about lift this, bench this, but
Yeah.
it's also build yourself, love yourself, feed yourself the right things. I hope you guys learned as much as I did. And if you're averse to working out like I am, then at the very least we start walking. We climb up those stairs. Okay, we go for walks with our children, or we start playing with our children some more, or just go for walks with your guys and your girls and just chat when you're on the road, right? But for now, we have to come to an end for today's show. Thank you so much for staying with us. Remember that we are giving away 3 little gifts to you guys, which should be on tomorrow's show, actually. We're going to leave that teasing. So make sure you come back tomorrow, where we're talking about beauty and skincare. And we have a mogul in the house who's going to share her story. It's actually Susie Wakabi of Susie Beauty. So if you want to hear more about her life, her journey, her skincare products, makeup tips, then join us tomorrow, 8 a.m. Friday, okay? For now, I'm going to love you and leave you, and keep watching NTV and see what they have to offer. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.